A woman is in a hospital burn unit tonight, fighting for her life. A man broke into her home, doused her with gasoline, and set her on fire. He has been arrested. He appeared in court today. This is True Crime Today. Coming up, a North Carolina woman survives a deliberate fire attack in her own home. The man charged was her boyfriend. Plus, an emotional day in a Texas courtroom. A murder victim's mother faces the jury and asks a question she knows may never be answered. Harvey Weinstein's third rape trial moves forward, and prosecutors reveal a statement Weinstein allegedly made to a court officer in 2020. And a name from a famous reality TV family is back in the legal headlines. One of the children from 19 Kids and Counting is facing child molestation charges in Florida. Then, in tonight's Deep Look, a former television singing star heads to trial in 12 days, accused of killing his wife and staging the crime scene to look like a home invasion. I'm Morgan Voss. This is True Crime Today. Have you seen Nancy Guthrie, or do you recognize the person in the photos? The FBI would like any tips, and you can make them online at fbi.gov or call 1-800-CALL-FBI. In North Carolina, a woman fights for her life after a deliberate fire attack in her own home. On Saturday night, April 12th, deputies with the Sampson County Sheriff's Office responded to a structure fire on Pine Street in the town of Roseboro, North Carolina. What they found was not an accident. Courtney Witschger, 36, was inside that burning home. She had third-degree burns covering approximately two-thirds of her body. She was airlifted to a trauma center, where she remains hospitalized in critical condition. Witschger told deputies what happened. A man had forced his way into her home. He poured gasoline on her. Then he set her on fire. That man, investigators say, was her boyfriend. His name is Franklin Paul Faircloth, 29. He goes by Frankie. After setting the fire, Faircloth did not call for help. He fled on a bicycle. 2 days later, on Monday, April 14th, a community member spotted Faircloth hiding in a wooded area near Butler Island Road. That person contacted law enforcement. Authorities moved in and arrested Faircloth without incident. Faircloth is charged with first-degree attempted murder, first-degree arson, first-degree burglary, assault inflicting serious bodily injury, and misdemeanor domestic violence. He is being held without bond. Today, April 16th, Faircloth appeared in court for the first time on these charges. This case is being treated as a domestic violence attack. The relationship between Faircloth and Witschger was known to law enforcement prior to this incident. Third-degree burns over two-thirds of a person's body represent life-threatening injuries. Recovery typically requires multiple surgeries, extensive skin grafts, and years of physical and psychological rehabilitation. Courtney Witschger survived. She is alive. For now, that is what we know. We will follow this case as it moves through the Sampson County court system. And in our case updates, Update 1, Tanner Horner, Athena Strand. We continue to follow the sentencing phase in the Tanner Horner capital murder case out of Wise County, Texas. As a reminder, Horner pleaded guilty to the 2022 murder of 7-year-old Athena Strand. A jury is now deciding whether he should be put to death or serve life in prison. Yesterday was day 7 of that sentencing phase, and it was one of the most difficult days yet. Athena's mother, Maitland Gandy, took the stand. She wore pink. That was Athena's favorite color. Gandy told the jury about her daughter. She said Athena was free, wild, bright, and loving. She said Athena wanted to love and be loved, and that's it. Then Gandy addressed what she needs from this trial. She said she knows Horner will never tell the truth, but she told the jury, "I want to know where my daughter's shirt is." Investigators have said that piece of physical evidence was never recovered. Horner's defense attorney chose not to cross-examine Athena's mother. He told Gandy he was sorry for her loss. DNA evidence from a sexual assault kit was also presented on day 7, alongside additional testimony about allegations of prior sexual violence. A verdict on Horner's sentence is expected before the end of this week. Update 2, Harvey Weinstein third rape trial. Jury selection is continuing today in Manhattan in the third rape trial of Harvey Weinstein. To bring you up to speed, Weinstein, 74, is charged with raping hairstylist Jessica Mann in a Manhattan hotel room in 2013. This is the same charge from a prior trial where the jury deadlocked. More than 80 prospective jurors asked to be excused in the first days of screening. As of today, no jurors have been officially seated. But something notable emerged from this week's proceedings. Prosecutors revealed a statement that Weinstein allegedly made to a court officer during his February 2020 sexual assault conviction. According to the prosecutor, Weinstein told the officer, "If you had seen these girls, you would have done the exact same thing." That statement is expected to be introduced at trial. The defense has not yet responded publicly to its disclosure. Jury selection is expected to continue through the rest of this week. Opening statements have not yet been scheduled. The trial is expected to last up to 6 weeks. Update 3. Joseph Duggar, Florida child molestation charges. A name that may be familiar to longtime true crime and reality television followers is now at the center of a criminal case in Florida. Joseph Duggar, 29, was arrested March 18 in Tontitown, Arkansas, on a Florida warrant. He is charged with lewd and lascivious molestation of a child under 12 years of age. Duggar is a member of the family featured on the long-running TLC reality series 19 Kids and Counting. The name carries significant weight in this context. His older brother, Josh Duggar, is currently serving a 12-year federal sentence after being convicted in 2021 of receiving and possessing child sexual abuse material. According to investigators, the allegations against Joseph Duggar involve a 9-year-old girl. The incidents are alleged to have taken place during a 2020 family vacation in Panama City Beach, Florida. A then 14-year-old later reported the allegations to police. When the victim's father confronted Joseph Duggar directly, Duggar reportedly admitted to the conduct. Joseph Duggar was released on $600,000 bond. He has pleaded not guilty. His wife, Kendra Duggar, also faces separate charges in Arkansas for endangering the welfare of a minor and false imprisonment. His next court date is this Monday, April 20th. We will be watching. In our deep dive before the jury, the Caleb Flynn murder trial begins in 12 days. 12 days from now, on April 28th, a murder trial begins in Tip City, Ohio, that has been drawing national attention since February. The defendant is Caleb Flynn, 39. He is a former contestant on the television singing competition American Idol. The victim is Ashley Flynn, 37. She was his wife. On February 19th of this year, Caleb Flynn called 911. He told police a burglar had broken into their home. His wife had been shot. She was dead. What investigators found at the scene did not match the story Flynn told them. Prosecutors say the physical evidence is inconsistent with the home invasion. They allege Caleb Flynn shot and killed Ashley Flynn himself. Then, they say, he staged the scene to make it look like something else. Flynn was arrested the same day. He has been held in the Miami County Jail on $3.5 million bond ever since. He is charged with 3 counts of murder and 8 additional charges. He has pleaded not guilty to all of them. The case has had some complicated pretrial maneuvering. A conflict of interest concern was raised about the trial judge, Janine Pratt, but Flynn chose to waive that conflict on April 6. The prosecution filed a motion to delay the trial by 4 days. The defense opposed it. The court ruled the trial stays on its original start date. Today, April 16th, Flynn appeared before Judge Pratt for his final pretrial hearing. That is the last formal proceeding before the jury is seated. Jury selection begins April 28th. Prosecutors will try to show that the physical evidence contradicts the home invasion story. The defense will argue that their client is innocent. Ashley Flynn's family has been waiting for this trial since February. So has the town of Tip City. 12 days. We will have coverage as it begins. Before we go tonight, here is what we are watching on the case calendar. A sentencing verdict in the Tanner Horner case is expected before the end of this week. A jury in Wise County, Texas, will soon decide whether Horner faces death or life in prison for killing 7-year-old Athena Strand. On Sunday, April 27th, Guy Rivera is set to be sentenced in New York for aggravated manslaughter in the 2024 killing of New York City police detective Jonathan Diller. Rivera was acquitted of murder. His sentencing is a date many in law enforcement have been waiting for. And then, 1 day later, on April 28th, the Caleb Flynn murder trial begins in Tip City, Ohio. We will be there. That's your True Crime Today. I'm Morgan Voss. Stay informed, stay safe.